Good morning. How are you? Welcome to Natasha Makes. It is Textiles Tuesday, which means that I have got a lot of beautiful things for you. Our theme, did we have a theme today? It was kind of rainbows because everything that we got hold of was basically lovely and colourful. We're like, yes. So it felt right kind of doing rainbows, but then it just kind of became a beautiful fabric day, really. And it's our Textile Tuesday anyway, so it doesn't really matter, I don't think. And then we thought about what to bring you, what to demo you today. And SJ and Gemma said, you've never actually done your nesting tidy. I was like, no, I've demoed that loads. They're like, no, seriously, you've never demoed your nesting tidy. I thought about it and I really haven't. I've done it on Hochanda, but I haven't done it here. So it's a super easy project and it's just really lovely. You can use your half meter heavens, you can use whatever fabrics you've got, you can use contrasting ones, you can use matchy ones, you can use whatever you like. But the effect of it is that you will have 3 different sized bags, that's what I'm trying to say there, that you can put one inside of the other should you wish, or just have them dunk, a little bit like Russian dolls. So that's the idea of those, and I'll just show you how to make one because they follow a theme. The instructions give you the sizes for all 3 of them, and they're just lovely, really. They're just a nice little make. You can put a handle on them and have them as a little bag, maybe for Easter or something. Oh, I've got starch savvy all over the place. I was just transferring it into my misting bottle because it's just arrived, and I'm like, I'm having one of those. Perks of the job, right? And I've got it absolutely everywhere. So who do we have with us this morning? We've got Carol and Helen, good morning, and Jane, hello, and Naomi P, hello, and Kate, good morning, and Kaz, Kate and Kaz. Steve's watching too. So morning Helen and Steve, morning Susan and Teresa and Jane, and Ali B, good morning. We've got Alison Sutton as well, and we've got 3 Alisons just in the same little. So Ali B, Ali S, and Ali C. Good morning. Where's Ali G? Where's she this morning? Rona, good morning, and Kaz and Laurie, hello. She's morning rainbow lady. Yeah, I came downstairs and Jane did say to me, well, there was no other top you could wear today, was there? I'm like, no. But I didn't dress Emily. Stephen dressed Emily this morning, else we'd have, she'd have had her rainbow poncho on as well, and would have done that, mini maxi thing. Morning Claire, lots of snow overnight. Yeah, we've got a bit, not enough, just enough to be annoying, not enough to be anything exciting, just enough to be a bit, a bit unnecessary, really, if I'm honest. Morning, says Pam. Is Captain Small matching today? No, she's not. Her socks are. To be fair, her socks are. Morning, Donna. How are you? And Grace and Elizabeth, good morning. And Heather, hello. Hi, Margaret. And Jan, good morning, everyone. Morning, Jacqueline. From a snow flurry Stockbridge. Looking forward to the demo. Sill's watching whilst working. That's okay. We won't tell anyone. Donna's here, and Elizabeth, morning, lovely peeps. How was your dog time yesterday? Was it good? And Heather's here, and Leslie. She says, thanks for the help with the planes. I placed an order this morning already. You early bird. Kate's all about the rainbow this morning. Lisa, morning, lovely makes team. They are. Do you know, I did say to Jane this morning, don't come in because of the weather, and she should have felt like a fraud. She should have got up. We had no snow. So she came down anyway. Martine and Val, good morning. And Grace and Julia, hello. A sunny but freezing Neath, says Val. What was that movie? I think it was I'm sure it had some Sunshine and Neath in the title somewhere. Or maybe was it a musical? I don't know. Oh, here's Ali. Morning, 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 Ali G. Morning, Jenny. Hello, Colette. Hello, 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 hello. It is really cold. Oh, Tracy says good morning from me and Hugo. Have you made him a dog coat yet? Hugo's a very handsome Weimaraner. Really, really lovely. I've got a big soft spot for Weimaraners because my mum and dad have done their third Weimaraner now. So yeah, from the age of sort of 17 onwards, I grew up with Weimaraners. Morning, Anne from Australian. Anne is with us. Fabulous. Ooh, I've got some beautiful fabrics from an Australian designer coming in any day. Any day. I'm flying them in. I'm flying them in so that they actually get here. I couldn't wait for ships because, quite frankly, who knows? So yeah, I've bitten the bullet and I've gone, yes, I want those fabrics and I shall simply fly them in. Oh, it's very exciting. Steve said, conspiracy, I thought I'd snuck in incognito. No, Steve, there's no sneaking. We know. Don't you worry. But you're very welcome. Indeed, you are very welcome. Jackie, good morning, everybody. Catch up later. Off to the daughters for coffee. Oh, are you bubbled? Yeah, you see. Yeah, good old bubble. Over 6 inches of deep, fresh snow in your garden, Anne? Yeah, that'll be another EPP day. Yeah. Sunshine over Neath. I knew there was sun and shine and Neath somewhere in the title. I kind of remember enjoying it. Christine said, thanks for the heads up on block 6. Finally finished the block this morning. Bit of a challenge, but looking good. Excellent. Well, hang on. Hugo's a bit off colour. So it snuggles under the jib. What's wrong with him? Oh no. Oh, big hugs to Hugo. Was the film beneath a sea of lights? No, Elizabeth, but I'm glad that you are on fine form this morning. Oh my goodness. Right. I love the fabrics you posted for tomorrow. Did I post them for tomorrow? I meant to post them for today. I mean, I might have posted them for tomorrow. Who knows? But they're loaded for today. Did I load them last night? I think I loaded them last night saying that they were tomorrow's. And obviously they've shown up today. If you've ever wondered, by the way, I need to move these out of the way, why we use starch sprays. Can you see floppy, starched? There you go. That's why. Flop, starch. That is why we starch stuff. Right. I'll show you. In fact, I'll show you all of that in a minute. We'll get to the starch department in a minute. Oh, I've made a mess. I was trying to get ahead. It's never going to work, is it? I was trying to get ahead. Didn't really happen very well. And then I got into thinking about fussy cutting and stuff. And then nothing happened really. I'm going to be honest. So this morning I was having a good look I was kind of in tidy up mode. Just tidying up. Because we've got little bits of this and little bits of that. And I was like, right. We need to bundle some of these and have them be gorgeous everywhere. So what we did, no, my voice wants to go, doesn't it? Now. Oh, hang on a minute. They should be the other way round. I have a bit of a thing at the moment about kind of ombres. I rather love, yeah. We had a Tilda delivery not long ago and it was just the way they arrived. They kind of ombre'd and I was like, that is beautiful. We are so used to Tilda being intricate, pretty florals, but actually she does so many more that we just don't get to see that often. And yeah, so they were sort of ombre'd. So we had all the greys that were ombre'd, and we had the teals and they call it a light blue, but it is more tealy, really tealy it is. So I've kind of put some of those bundles together. Shall I just show you? Some of them when they're gone, that's it. I can't bring them back. Shall we have now? I'm just going to switch off some other lights because Catherine sent me a very interesting email the other day saying that the colours looked a little bit different with the new camera angle. So I'm going to try it with, oh, I've turned off the wrong lights. Hang on. They're the ones I want off. I can keep that one on. Oh, not that one. That one. Oh, that bulb's blown anyway. There we go. Does it look any different? I'm going to try it because she said that the fabrics had like a yellowy kind of a tinge to them with the overhead. So hopefully that won't be the case. But thank you for your feedback. You see, this is helpful. This is very helpful. I meant to load these over the weekend and didn't. I wonder, what has she got? What has she done now? That's generally the response that I get from the team, if I'm honest, when boxes of stuff arrive and they're like, hang on, hang about, what's she bought now? This is what I've bought. Many a meterage of it. Look at the shiny cork. Well, yeah, you can sew with this. There's cork onto a backing fabric, but it's got in between it. Let me give it a little shimmy. Yeah, it's got a little bit of gold in between because, you know, what could be better? I have got ideas for what to make with these. I'm very excited about it. But I wanted to give you the chance to buy it first. I'll see if I can get any more. I don't know. Well, I don't know if I can actually get any more of this. Oh, hang on. I appear to be giving myself... There. Oh, look at that. Look at the shiny goodness. We're selling this by the ½ metre. So if you want a lot of it, it's perfect for bag making. Freddie's got pencil cases out of this. Fabulous. Just wipe it down with a damp cloth. Brilliant. I didn't even line it. Just bosh. Made him a quick pencil case. There we go. It's good, isn't it? I heart it very, very much. You see, my thinking with this is with some gorgeous Tim Holtz. I think that would look really lovely. But I'm just waiting for that to come in. Yeah. So that is, I don't know what we've called it. I mean, in my head, I think it should be called swirls. But, you know, that's not the most adventurous, is it? Look at the flowers. This is 35 centimetres wide. And look, if I give it a little shimmy McShimmer there, can you see the gold? There, you can see just little snippets of gold. Of course, cork is natural. And it's been printed on and overlaid onto, I just think it's beautiful. But this was, the suppliers were getting rid of this. So when it's gone, it's going to be gone. And then this one, let me just hold that up for you. Oh, look at that, little ditzy prints with a little speckling of gold behind. I mean, does it get any better than that? Inga just looked at me like I was mad when it arrived. She's like, you can't sew with cork. It's like, yes, I can. You know, Jane's mum might not let us do her walls in it. So we'll sew with it instead. I love cork. We'll sew with it instead. Yes, we will. Now I need to put these somewhere safe. Let me pop them over here. Bear with me, caller. Oh, on my quest for all things rainbow, can I show you the other stuff that we've got? Bag strapping, rainbow bag strapping, quite a lot of that. That's all on the website as well. So perfect for any sort of rainbow based bags. Ta-da! And then also I'll show you what I've got. This had us all fooled. We're like, is this? Right, you've got to see this because this is beautiful. And if you make kids' clothes, I'm actually going to make Captain Small I'm going to put some D-rings on it. Oh, there's a pin in it. I'm going to put some D-rings, fold that over, put 2 D-rings, and make her a little belt. She's got some beautiful little bell-bottom trousers, and so I'm going to make her a belt out of this. And look, it's rainbow elastic. Now, I don't know. I'm thinking braces for kids' clothes. I'm thinking belts, because she just wants stuff to like hold it up. I don't want anything too hard, you see, on her skin. But a couple of D-rings on the end there, stitch that across. That's a belt. That's what I'm thinking. So I thought that was rather gorgeous. First time we've had this on the show. It's a show first. Yay! Why not? It's one of those sorts of things that sometimes I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. Do you do that? Do you buy stuff? I do it all the time. I buy it not knowing quite what to do with it yet. But I will always come up with something. Now then, Mr. Strapping, are you going to... There we go. I'll have the rainbow shelf up there. Also, we've got on the show... why don't I have a pair? Do I have a pair of these? I don't know if I have a pair of these. Let me show you these. I don't know where my voice is going today. Rainbow unicorn scissors. I don't think it gets much better than that. I feel I've peaked with my rainbow unicorn scissors. Yeah. Love them. I'm not sure if I don't think I've got a pair. And if not, they will be mine. For sure. I don't know if you've been shopping ahead, but let me show you these because this is the last of the tulip ink. I was hanging fire with these because I was hoping, I've got a whole load more on order, but it's been on order now for over a month and still hasn't arrived. So I just thought, do you know what? I will bring you what I've got. And I've got a couple of these with, these are fat quarter bundles with all 5 colours. So you've got your pink, your sort of peachy orange, your yellow, your green and your blue. So you've got all of those. Like I say, I've only got a handful of those. But what I do have, because I ran out of one of those colours very early on, what I do have is some of these by the ½ metre, and then when they're gone, they're gone, and I'm waiting on deliveries. So if you want to grab those, they're the Tulip Pink Minerals. Rather fabulous. I just felt like yesterday when we did the English paper piecing, there are so many beautiful fabrics that you could be making so many different EPP things out of. The Liberty, of course, is gorgeous. But my goodness, we're so lucky to have such a wealth of colour everywhere, aren't we? Talking of which, when we had Mr. John Cole Morgan on the other day, we used the Snippets fabric. And I promised you that I would bring you what we had left. So let me show you these. I'm going to do these overhead because they ombre. Oh, they ombre, aren't they delightful? And of course, with a full ½ metre, they get to there and then they come back again to this. So what we have done instead is given you, I'm never going to be able to, these have been so beautifully folded. Thanks, whoever did that. That would not be being carried on by me. Let me just give you an idea of these. Again, the numbers that we could bring of these were curtailed by one of the fabrics. And when I've worked out how much I've got of the rest, I'll load it as ½ meters. But for now, I've got, I think about, I haven't got many. Because so many of you grabbed these when John was here as the full kit. But if you didn't, and if you just wanted, you see these are the snippets, and what you can just see there is that this is metallic. So you start off with a lot of the metallic there, and then it sort of confettis up. But then it also ombres. It's such beautiful fabric. And it's thanks to John, actually, that this wasn't on my radar. I didn't didn't know of it. And so he was like, oh, have you seen this? Like, no, but I want it now. Clearly need it now. And the nice thing about this is because it ombres, you've got all shades to go with everything. Do, 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 do. Look at these. Oh! Ha ha! I would suggest you have these in your life. Merely a suggestion. Ooh, hang on a minute. Now, you know that we do Fusion Fridays, of course. I'm just setting these out going, isn't this lovely? Here are all of your fat quarters here. Gorgeous, beautiful, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different colours. So 5 half meters, 2.5 meters of fabric there, designer fabric. And the thing is that these will go with so many different things. I'm looking at the next bundle to show you, and already I'm going, maybe I need to Fusion Friday Simmer Emily Silhouette Liberty fabric with this. What's going on? What's going on? Look, mix and match your fabrics. If this doesn't all go by the end of today, you'll probably find that mixed up with the old Fusion Fridays at this rate. Beautiful, beautiful. So then what happened was, on the shelf next to it, there happened to be a new bolt of fabric that had come in. Look at this. This is called Gypsy something or other. What was it called? Gypsy Dreams. Yeah. And it just felt appropriate to be. You can have this by, it's on a really good price, and you can have this by the half meter, it's cut to order, but it's basically got rainbows, all the colours in. And this is just obviously half of it. That pattern repeats. So a great way to use, if you're English paper piecing, you could just fussy cut some of these, or if you want to use it for binding, the strips you could use would be really interesting with this. Or if you want to cut it this way and have your sashing, you know, have these beautiful paisley swirls as your sashing, it's so versatile. So I wanted to show you that because it was calling me from the shelf going, hey Natasha, I'm a rainbow too. Let me show you how much of a rainbow that is. Yeah. I love the painty effect on there. It's got all the colours. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So that, yeah, that sort of got added in while no one was looking. Yeah, you see, if I put it like that on there, you can kind of get an idea what that would look like as a border around things. Would it be really wrong to just... If you get yours beautifully done like... Oh, ho, 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 ho. Hello, look at that. Oh, well, that's just going to have to stay there for a bit, isn't it? That's a bit gorgeous. Oh, my goodness. Right. Ear elastics. You can tell I've been making masks, can't you? I can see a comment crop up. What's going on? Morning, everyone. This is Geraldine. I'm trying to sort out my sewing room to make more room for the stuff. Keep moving everything one side to the other and then back again. I'm not hopeful I'll find more space apart from hanging things from the ceiling. That happens. I keep, every weekend I have a change around. And everyone comes back in on Monday and they're like, what's going on? It does look like my top, doesn't it? I think that's why I'm loving that. Channeling my top, isn't it, Wendy? How's the menagerie in this weather? I imagine it's more work. My bird bath was frozen solid. So, Elizabeth, what I tend to do in this weather is send Basher Crasher Bill out, aka Freddie, because he just likes to smash all the water troughs and everything else. Hence the need for a new lining for the duck pond, because he did smash the ice with a garden fork and go straight through the lining. So given that he's wrecked that now, there's no harm in sending him out to just utilise the basher crashiness of a 7-year-old. Yeah, I'm gonna work with what I'm given, and a bashing, crashing 7-year-old is it. Now, here we go. Right. Yesterday we bought you, this is just half of it, we bought you long 8ths. And you see it's folded in half. That's what I mean by there's half of it there. There you go. It's folded in half here. So it's the full width of your fabric. Cut it in half and you've got your 2.5-inch strips. And I thought, you know what? We've got a blinking rainbow of Liberty fabric there. If I mix and matched up a few of the different... Oh, look at that. And I think I was reminded about this because of looking through my EPP pouch yesterday. And I have indeed got an EPP rainbow cushion on the go in Liberty. I was like, hang on a second. We can rainbow this up if we mix and match through a few different styles of Liberty. So I've made you a Liberty rainbow in long 8ths. And there are 8 of them. So it's only the cost of a metre of Liberty fabric. Now, when they're gone, they're gone. Because I've run out of this one, the Lazenby, the Wiltshire. But Jane agreed. Look how beautifully they work. So you start off with your dark red, then we go a little bit paler, quite a strong yellow there, then into your greens, stronger green through there, lovely blue there, and then that blue you can find in there, but it's got your greens and your purples and everything else in there, and it just ties it all up, and you've got the same red in there and there to bring the whole thing together. So I thought that was rather beautiful. Perfect for English paper piecing, because obviously we were talking about that yesterday. How beautiful would that be? To EPP little hexes and stuff with that. Stunning, stunning, stunning. But like I say, when it is gone, it is gone. I have only a handful of these. They are rather lovely. I think they're $15.99 or something like that. For a whole, look at that. Whole rainbow of Liberty. And then I found some, I don't know where this has been, but I found it and I was like, right, we'll have a bit of this. These are fat quarters, Liberty fat quarters. So again, there's a metre here. No, they're long quarters, and this one actually is a little bit more. You've got a couple of inches extra of this one. But I haven't charged you for it. I've just popped it in at a... I think they were cut for a kit, and then we didn't have enough of something else that they were left over. So I was like, right, we'll have a bit of that. Because, you know... Oh. And of course, Liberty's so timeless, isn't it? But I really love the teal to pull from one into the other. And then if you want, that's the Emily silhouette that I said just worked so beautifully with the snippets. And then through into that. But as a group together, they are really rather beautiful, and you're getting long quarters with a significant extra bit there. Haven't charged you for that. But again, when these are gone, they're gone. Like I say, they were left over from a kit, and we ran out of other constituent parts, so we'd already cut them. So they, you know, they need a new home, basically. And what else did I have to show you today? Oh my goodness! Did you? I know that I showed these on Jane's Hour on Wednesday, but I'm not sure that everyone saw them. These are 1/2 meters of blenders. Really incredible price. They're really interesting, aren't they? They've got so many different colours, making them absolutely perfect as blenders binding. They call that black, but it's got greys and browns and all sorts in it. You've got your pink, turquoise, I think they call that, and then I think they call that one a grey. But yeah, I think they were $15.99 or something incredible like that for 2 meters of fabric. Again, you know, it's stash building, isn't it? It's just going to be, instead of using a plain, why not put in something with a bit of texture? You never know when you're going to need it. Oh, right, now, hang on, let me show you these. These were the Tilda Ombres. Oh, they're so beautiful. They are so blinking beautiful. I heart them very much. I've done them as fat quarters, and I don't know, you just don't normally see them. This is a teal, that's a deep teal, and then you've got a light teal, and then her light blue is kind of tealy anyway. I just love those, and of course they're going to work through with all of your florals so beautifully. So we've got those as a fat quarter offering today. Again, use them for your English paper piecing, use them for all of that, or just use them as a standalone, as an ombre. Absolutely stunning. Mix and match them through with other things. But for example, we've got coming up the very last of the woodland. But just imagine those mixed through with that. How beautiful would that be? Or with those little chaps. So you've got all the colours there to play with. And then, so that's the teal one. And then look at these greys. So Tilda does really useful greys. Now, whether you're just going to use these in your toy making, whether you're just going to ombre them, the quality of her plains is phenomenal. There is a price difference between the two, because in the other one you get 3 patterns and 2 plains, and in this you get 3 plains and 2 patterns. But these are Tilda plains, so they're the really, really posh plains. Aren't they gorgeous? And again, these are the ones that you just don't see. People just don't stock them. But I think they're fabulous, and I think that they should be. I mean, if it were down to me, how useful is that bundle there? Isn't that fab? It works as a standalone to me. Now, I also went through today and found the very, very last of the woodlands in terms of like the feature pieces. So I have got 3 of these, and that's it. And we've done them as half meters. This was such a tricky one to find the right colour for. But what you'll notice is that throughout the day today, we are going live with all of our plains. So if you've ever bought our half meter heavens, and you've gone, oh, hang on a minute, that colour's really useful. So this is silver, but when you put it next to the green, it almost looks like the misty blue. It takes on that tealy background. So this is a really, really amazing one. They're all on the website. What I would say is please allow a little bit of extra time if we're having to cut you fabric to order. But all of our plains are going up, and we've got to take all of the photos of them because the supplier's photos are rubbish. So we're retaking the photos. So if you've got fabrics and you know what colour they are, then you're laughing. And if you just want top-ups of plains. If you want to wait for our photos to go up, then please do. But if you've bought half meter heavens, go back and have a look through your order history if you want more of anything, because we do call them, like this is silver and this will be Tilda Woodland Teal or whatever it is with silver. And that's the colour. So when you get it and you want more, but like I say, I've only got 3 of these, and these are going out at a really special half meter heaven price of just $9.99. But that, I mean, that's it. I've got 3 of those, and then they're gone. And when they're gone, they are gone. Now this one, I've got slightly more of this, but not many. This is what I'm going to demo in today. I love this one. And we've put them with navy. So these are our own plains. These aren't Tilda plains. We've put them with our own. This particular range came with chambrays, which are stunning. And I still have some of the chambrays left, but I've kind of put them aside for another project. But these are just beautiful. And, you know, what I've done is I'm never going to be able to match the colour completely. So we've gone with something that sits really beautifully with. So for this one, we've gone with a slightly darker navy, which I think, well, hopefully you'll see in a minute, works really well. But how beautiful is that for a ½ metre? Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's the one. Gemma said to me, why aren't we doing these on Thursday? These are sort of ½ metre heavens, aren't they? I was like, well, you know, yes, they are. Yes, they are. No, they're not. Because what I'd love for you to be able to do is look at that. Just look at that little chap. And we've put him with crimson. This needs to be the focal point of something, doesn't it? Just beautiful. Just beautiful. Like I say, when they're gone, they're gone. I've just gone through the last, so I've got 9 of those and that's it. Then they are gone. Oh, hang on. Let's have the last of the woodland. I've shown you that one, haven't I? Yes. So there are 3 different woodland ones. And then the hazel grey. I love this. Do you remember we did the pigs, the ombre, the chambray ombre of pig. And then we just fussy cut with this one. Well, with this we have put, is it light pink? Oh, it's just pink. It's just called pink. You know, let's not go crazy and describe it any other way than just, you know, pink. You can see we're getting to the bulk, because of the end of the bulk, because of the creases on there. But it just, pink and grey, so pretty together. So again, if you want that, just $9.99 for the pair. I can't believe our prices sometimes on those ½ metre heavens. Hey ho, you know. I don't know what prices are going to do on fabric, because America has upped its export charges considerably. Everyone's whinging about Brexit, but actually it's America you've got to watch, because their export charges are horrendous all of a sudden. So I don't know what fabric prices are going to do. So what I would say is stock up. If you see a fabric that you love right now, stock up, because prices are going to have to go up until the market settles. And these are all the things that you don't excuse me, necessarily realise. It's all going on. You know, the ports are chock-a-block. No one's got the right paperwork for Brexit. And then America snuck in a massive raise in export taxes. And you're like, oh, okay, thanks for that. Appreciate that. And of course, where do I love to get a lot of my fabric from? Free Spirit, all of that. All American, yay! All UK facets, all of those. So for those of you that got the subscription, I will honour that price. So well done for you for getting like the cave subscriptions and stuff. But those prices, just when you see them, what I'm saying is make the most of them, because all of the industry are saying those prices are going to have to go up at some point. Just is where we're at. They might come down again. They do. Happy days. There we are. Aren't these beautiful? I've put this with pomegranate to pick out that deepest pink in there. Absolutely stunning. Oh, I don't normally do politics, world politics. It's very boring, isn't it? So we'll just focus on the pretty fabrics instead. It's much nicer. There we go. And then, oh, the last. You're writing there? Yes, chopping away in the warehouse. Packing away. Good on you. Are you going to the post office? Oh, say hello to them for me. Inga gets kind of preferential treatment now. If there's a queue, they let her through. She's drop and go. Let her through. Let her through. She's treated like a princess at the post office. Bless her. This is khaki. I suddenly realised how bad I am at spelling. How do you spell khaki? There's a stray H in there somewhere, isn't there? It's like jodhpurs. And Inga said, I think it's an Indian word, and they like to throw in a rogue H here and there. But anyway, that's khaki. This morning I realised just how bad my spelling was. I adore this. Look at that texture that you can get from there. Really beautiful. But again, you've loved this as well, because I've only got 4 of these. And then they're gone. We had, in fact, I can see another bolt of it I've got saved for a project. A beautiful olive chambray that was divine with that. And then, oh, this is the juniper and blue, and I've put a light lilac with it. I struggle to know what to do for the best with this, because I do actually have a Tilda plain that is that exact colour. But then I put it with one that was ever so slightly lighter, and it just, oh, I love it. And I think that for the nesting tidies, all of these will be beautiful, because you'll have this on the outside, and then you just fold over just a little bit of complementary colour. So that is all of the fabric to show you this morning. I feel like there's quite a lot now that I look at it. Gemma did say to me this morning, all of that for today. So, all of it. You sure? Yeah, all of it. What else did I want to show you? Oh, I know. Now, I don't know what sort of, Easter, Valentine's gifts go on in your home. But if anybody is interested in something like this, please let me know. This isn't something that I will stock loads of. It's one of those things. If you are interested, then message me. These are Madeira threads, and they come in a rather beautiful box, like so. So yeah, there's your beautiful wooden box, and then you've got all the colours. Now obviously this comes, you've got then your Madeira colour chart and everything else. But if you wanted these, they are rather stunning, but just message me. They also have a white box option. The box is beautifully made. Kind of tempted to keep it for jewellery actually. There we are. But yeah, if anybody is interested, I think the retail price will end up coming up around, I want to say, can't remember what I paid for it. But I just if it's of interest to anyone, I found this. I don't know actually what it's from. It's a little China thing. I'm not sure if you're meant to put like your incense cones on it, but actually it makes a really nice nesting point for my Liberty football. So it now looks more like a Fabergé fabric egg. I was like, oh, there we go. There we go. Right, let's have a look then at today's make. I've done these in Kaif's, I've done these in Tilda's. These are actually Emily's for her bedroom, and this is how we help keep her little wooden toys and stuff tidy. And in the days when we could go out for dinner, I would just put a few little items of interest in there, and then she likes to take things out and put them back in again. So these have been absolutely perfect. And you can so they're fully reversible if you want them the other way around. Then you can. Entirely up to you. So again, perfect with little ones. If they get grubby, just turn it through. It's all good. But the instructions give you the sizes for all three because they do indeed nest. Ba, 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 ba. So that one will then sit inside that one. And then this little one. There you go. Hence the name Nesting Tidy. There we are. And how rigid, how stiff you want them is entirely up to you, completely up to you. Let's check everybody's okay before we start. Going. Just need to check there's no questions. Oh, Donna's even moved a table into the middle, but still no room. So yes, the ceiling beckons. Oh, Kirsty says my grey, red, black and white fabric has just arrived from my halfway to heavens. Hubby just saw it and said, "That's nice fabric." Finally, he approves. I know, it is that day. And you kind of feel like high-fiving yourself, don't you? Because finally you found a fabric that you can both agree on. It's brilliant. Oh, hang on. What's PT been up to? What have you done, Gemma? I popped the pattern for Jane's rainbow style quilt in with today's products, one of my all-time favourites. If you want to give this product a go, you will need 6 long quarters of fabric in different colours. Oh, okay. So any of these, right? Plus 1.25 metres of black craft cotton or colour of your choice for the background. Okay, yeah, there we go. You can make your own. So actually the Liberty Rainbow would do. That would do. You'd have a little bit left over. Morning, Leanne. There we go. My lost order came yesterday and hubby said, "Not more fabric." Huh. He always takes the fun out of any purchase. Said it was my February treat. Do you know the thing is though? What brings him joy? Got to think about this. It brings you joy. And yes, they do like to live dangerously, don't they, when they make comments like that? I would ignore. I'd just ignore it. Yes, it was wrapping paper with a note saying, "I want it back." You see, very ecologically friendly. That's what I would say on that. Okay, let's have a look then. I do love it. I stroke these a lot. I love my job. I really love my job. Can I call it a job? I don't know if I can call it a job. I mean, seriously, yeah. Gosh, could you imagine doing the rainbow, Jane's rainbow quilt out of all of these gorgeous Liberties? Yeah, be a bit good, wouldn't it? Bit special. Right. Let's pop those there. There's that ½ metre that I asked Jane to cut me and then completely wandered off and left it. Go me. Okay, so you can interface these with whatever you want. If you want them really rigid, then I would do a medium weight interfacing and then I'm using an iron-on. But if I have scraps left over from ends of quilts or anything like that, pop them in. Pop them in. Here are my instructions because I haven't made this for quite some time. Might be rusty. And I need to prep my fabric. Why is that out? Now, oh, I know what I was going to talk to you about. And that was, we were looking at why, there you go, why we starch stuff. Because otherwise, you can see the difference in the flop. I don't know quite why I've done so many. Oh, yeah, I know why. I know why. I want to show you. Here we go. A lot of you ask, why I use these bottles, the continuous spray bottles, and decant from either the Best Press or the Starch Savvy. Well, here is why. This is my Starch Savvy. You see that going in, and it's just sort of, and this is there. So you can see this is a much finer misting. That is very much just in one area. So in order to do that, and you should let it just sink in, it's more globby. Whereas if I just, there we are. Can you see the difference as it soaks in? This one with the spray can that it comes with means that that starch spray is not going to last you as long as when you use it with the continuous mister. And I tried to show that once before, but we didn't have overheads like this, and this is just the best way to show it. So I'm just going to press those and get them dry, but it just helps having a bit of that little, putting that little bit of texture back in. And if you can, because otherwise you go, well, I've got loads there and then not very much there and not very much there, whereas the continuous mister will give you a far more even spread. And otherwise what I've found with it is that I soak it in one place, not in another, and then if there's any shrinkage to your fabric, it sort of shrinks in a little bit, and then you end up with distorted looking fabrics. So that's why I would get the mister. Just FYI. But I did just want to show you that. So I'm going to prep my my Tilda fabrics, and we're going to look at fussy cutting. This is the first time that we've actually had the Starch Savvy. It's June Tailor. It's been really hard to get anything kind of June Tailory out of the States at the minute. Like I say, it's either been due to Corona or the new, or because they can't get entire crews together for the ships if it's coming on a ship. There's been all sorts of reasons, all sorts. I'm going to want to, I'm going to have to press all of this, aren't I? Because I'm going to want to fussy cut some of this, because it's just so beautiful. But also because it's going to be folded over. Then the other thing that I'm just considering is how I'm going to place this. So if you are just pressing, you know, starting, there we go, look, just wait for that to just soak into your fabric. It's really tempting, isn't it, when you go with that, with a Best Press or Starch Savvy, whatever it is that you're using, to go at it all guns blazing and then be like, oh. Just a little bit, let it soak in. You can always come back and give it a little bit more. Let's give that a little press. Isn't this fabric beautiful? And in the 3 shades, so I might have the end of bulk offcuts for all of these, and I am very tempted to do the nesting tidy in all 3 colourways. I don't know what I've done with my large pressing mat, but it would have been really useful right now rather than just working with the little one. So I'm starting to think about placement. Actually, this would make quite a nice little Easter bag, wouldn't it, as well? If you've got a favourite colour, which ones do you like? Oh, Kirsty loves the grey. She's bought 2 lots. Kirsty, do you want that leaving, because we haven't cut it all, do you want it left as half-metre pieces? We can do that for you. Just pop a little message on there if you want it just left as half meters. So for anybody that is buying the Tilda fat quarter bundles, we haven't cut them all up. we just didn't have time this morning. So if you do buy a couple, then yeah, absolutely. I can do those. If you want them just leaving in a 1/2 metre, then I can do that. That is nae bother at all. Here we go, we're getting there. Sorry about this, peeps. I just want to prep my fabric. I didn't get time. Don't know where this morning went. Like, my alarm went off, as it always. I was awake before my alarm. Always awake before my alarm. Going, oh, my alarm's going to go off soon. And then I just sort of didn't get up for a bit. I just sort of sat there and thought about it for half an hour. Thought, yeah, really should be getting up. Here we go. I think I'm just trying to be a little bit kinder to myself. Here we go, because I got picked by the NHS to do an antibody test, and oh, look at this! And they've found the old antibodies, but like the long-lasting ones. So at some point, I've had COVID and not know, which would explain why I feel blinking tired some of the time. But I think it was March last year, because that's the only time I've been ill in the last year. Very strange. So yeah, it's been really weird. But I guess they say you can have it and not have any symptoms. But yeah, last March was the only time last year that I wasn't very well, and even then I thought the kids had just given me a stomach bug. They hadn't said anything at that point, because you think back a year, we went in lockdown. They just told you to look out for a flu, didn't they? Well, so yeah, that was very surprising news, all of it. Right, so yeah, I think I'm now now I know. I'm like, oh, I should go easy. I should treat myself. Honestly, I feel no different. But part of me is like, oh, you really should. You really should. It was a funny, yeah. When you get asked to do like the NHS tests, you just picked at random. But what they show you is long-lasting antibodies and the recent antibodies. I didn't have any of the recent antibodies, so this is like a long time ago one. Very, very strange, but hey, we're learning all the time. But I also feel incredibly fortunate because, you know, I've been all right. I'm all right. And so yeah, there was a lot of mixed emotions of gratitude and feeling, you know, you feel a bit guilty because other people haven't been so well. And so it's been it's been really strange. So this has been nice. Stitching is good. Right. Let's have a look. This needs to be, do you know what? I'm going to get my creative grids out, because I kind of want, it's beautiful and I want to fussy cut it. And it's going to be, the biggest one is 11 inches wide. So I reckon that I can get these little chaps in here. I'm just thinking about how tall it's going to be. I'm thinking, gosh, can you hear me? Can you hear me think? You can practically hear me thinking, can't you? Like, oh. Right, so sometimes with these things, especially if you're fussy cutting, that was a very decisive move, wasn't it? Like, right, cut that there. And sometimes it's just nice to use something a little bit different. If I put that, because it needs to be 11 wide, if I line that up on there, and sometimes using your mat. Sometimes using your creative grid is fabulous, and sometimes just using your mat, because this isn't, like I say, this was the last one off the bolt, so it's not even or anything like that. And if I cut that at 20, and I've got that up at 31, then that is, there we go. Sometimes you just need to use your mat. Oh yeah, look at that, that's going to be beautiful. And then, of course, if you are using just a normal patterned fabric that doesn't have such exciting possibilities for the fussy cutting, then don't worry. You just crack on however you want. There we are. I kind of want to make a little pencil case or something with him in, because he's rather fabulous too. So these, again, these are scraps that just aren't scraps, they go in the Tilda box. Right, so we've got that, and then I'm going to fuse onto this. This is H640. Like I say, if you want it really rigid, then put on some medium weight interfacing as well. Let's have a little press of that. What are we saying? Oh, Diane says, well, trade, not politics. Well, yeah, I mean, it's all gets jumbled up. Claire hasn't heard the actual news for months. You know, I don't blame you. I don't listen to it either. No point. There we are. I am loving this. This is one of these fabrics. When they came in, when this Tilda collection came in, I absolutely, strangely enough, adored them. But it was, they came in and went out so fast. I was a little bit gutted. I was like, but I haven't had time to play yet. Like, well, I haven't had time to make stuff. Make stuff. I want to make stuff with it. Oh, now this is the next question, isn't it? Do we then on the back have him as the middle bit? I think we might, you know. I think we just might. He will centre quite nicely, won't he? So if we need it to be 11 inches, what is half of 11? It is 5.5. So I'm going to put my 5.5 line there. There we go. So however you fussy cut, whatever you want to do it your way. Absolutely. Oh, I've got a nice big chunk there. So if you are going with the 1/2 metre, then you will have loads left over, by the way. By the way, there we go. And then I want him to be seen. So I'm going to come up here as far as I can. I did just do that at 13, didn't I? Yeah. There we go. Right, that's all the cutting done for this. Let me get all my rulers out the way. And again, he's going to have to be used somewhere special as well, isn't he? What a truly beautiful fabric. Right, that's one of my outers. Why? Oh, I had a moment, I was like, are they the same size? What's going on? Right, let's get these done. And then we're good to go. These are super quick and easy, by the way. Hi, says Patricia from very snowy Scottish borders. can you say when a cave project is coming? Well, any old cave project, I've got all sorts of cave projects in mind. Every day's a cave day for me. Here we are. Laura said, OMG packaging. Yeah, do you know, threads in a wooden box? It's beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so I need to get some of those. Has anybody else lost the live video? No, I think we're okay there. We're all good. We're all good. Oh yeah, Della, that's it. If anyone has completed the rainbow EPP from last year, that quilt, please do show. I think we've still got that on the website. Oh, hi Myra, I'm here. Just being a little quiet today. Are you okay? I think I'm reading out messages and forgetting that I'm actually in charge of an iron. It's never a good thing, is it? Yep, the overhead camera does make the colours quite muddy by comparison with the others. The angle is great, but the colour balance needs a tweak. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I need to get my studio guy back in. Too many gorgeous planes on sale. Look, Ali, they're going to be there. They're always going to be there. So they're just going to be a standard. They're just going to be a standard, so they'll always be there. Yeah. Elizabeth really wants the dark woodland. Hubby's just gone out, said Julia. Hope my latest order arrives before he's back. It's Happy Post. You can't go wrong with Happy Post. There we go. With all that chatting and ironing, missed a bit. Now, this is absolutely perfect for beginners. Perfect for gifts. Why not make a few of these and fill them with Easter treats? Hello, sewing machine. How are you today? Sorry to put you on the floor. Okay, so you need to sew a 1/4 of an inch. Oh, hang on, what am I doing? Down round 3 sides. But on your lining, I would suggest that you leave a turning through gap. If you want to, because you're using a fusible, if you want to use a slightly larger seam allowance, then do. That's absolutely fine, but just be consistent with it. When I leave a turning through gap, I'm going to leave it on the base because these are basically reversible. So I will, of course, need to change my thread when I do this later. So I'm just going to leave a gap in that bottom there. So Steve, you could make a few of these and some perfect for someone just learning. For knick-knackery, or if you've got, like I say, they're also great in bathrooms, stuff like that, for putting your makeup in, your face wipes, especially if you've got the bamboo toweling and you're making your own face wipes, then that's great. Hairbrushes, all that kind of stuff, and in whatever colours you love. Hooray! I'm all up for just trying to find ways to... Oh, way up. Here comes HP. Oh, did you hear that there was a close-up camera? You are not. I'm paying attention this time, HP. You are absolutely not getting away with shaking your bottom in the camera again. That is not happening. Not happening, HP. If you want to clip this, by the way, as well... Now on this one you can just go all the way around because you don't need that turning through gap, but honestly I think I didn't demo this because she's gone off in a bit of a huff, Jane, because I said that she couldn't shake her bottom in the camera, as is her wont. I don't know where she's gone, but she has gone off in a horrible huff. I'm sure she'll come and find you because you are her favourite. She does love Jane. Jane's busily cutting fabric in the other room. We all have different rooms so that we can socially distance. But she did hear the cry of HP. I'm going to have to take this to bits, Anna, and give it a proper clean. I think that is the actual bobbin holder I've managed. I bet you I've damaged it taking this to Ho Chandler. Trouble is, it's still stitching really beautifully. So I fall into that trap of, well, until it's actually broken, there's no point in worrying about it. But you can just hear, can't you? Something's just vibrating when it shouldn't be. But you can also see, still stitching absolutely perfectly. So, but I will need to get to the bottom of that. It's definitely coming from down here. It's almost like the bobbin thingy at the bottom just isn't sitting in there quite right. I will have a look because that does not sound good. I keep meaning to, and then I forget in between shows. Plus I did all that hand stitching, so I didn't actually use it over the weekend. We'll investigate. Right, so you've sewn round 3 sides, you've left yourself a turning through gap, sewn round 3 sides, dink, 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 and now, here we are. In the instructions, each one gives you a different amount that you're going to box. So let's have a look for this size. We are going to, and I will get a marker pen so that I can show you. Oh, hang on a minute. I don't need a marker pen. What I need is one of my new pens. Oh, hang on. Let's try one of these, shall we? The blue one was really nice, but I've obviously put it somewhere very safe. Is that the marker pen? Oh, that's the stencil marker pen. What I want is, the tailor's chalk. I don't want it in white. I want it in pink. That'll show up on everything. This is the thing, isn't it? Having the right colours just helps. Because a white would show up brilliantly on there, but not on the others. Dear Mr. Camera, how do I change? I'll have to have a think about that. Right. I'm going to mark 2 inches on here. And I do it right to the end. So I don't do it from the seam allowance, I do it from the very end. Now each of these has a different amount to box, simply because they need to nest. That's why. Just going to double check that size there. Ding, ding. Yep. And then get my lovely scissors. Now I know that these are going to snip right to the edge. That's why they are so good. And it always looks a bit weird, but it's all good. Especially if you're cutting where you've already stitched. I know it does look a bit strange. Now I would probably extend that stitch now that I've cut that just a little way a little bit longer. It's enough for me to box through now. So when we box, all you're going to do is pull the two sides apart like so, and put your seams together like that. One seam goes one way, one the other, and then they just nest, and that will give you a continuous line like so. And then you're just going to stitch across that line so it goes flat. So it goes from being right angle, pull each side apart, match up those seams, and we're all good. And we're going to do that on all four. These are incredibly quick, easy, satisfying makes. You know, sometimes when you've really had a bit of a head scratcher of a quilt and you've had to really concentrate, I always think sometimes it's really nice to have a super easy project just to come back to that you don't even have to think about. Or if you're just starting out, something, this is a confidence giver because you'll manage it. It might be the first time that you've boxed a bottom. You might be an old hand, in which case you'll just be like, oh yeah, that's easy. So you see, pull them apart, push one seam one way, one seam the other so that they nest. That will then tink, 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 lie flat. And off we go. I'm just going to go forwards and back. And you can see, there it is. This is our turning through gap. It's really wide. It doesn't need to be that wide if you want to. But sometimes I've got to the stage where I always used to make my turning through gaps too tiny, and it was a nightmare. So I'm changing my ways. I'm changing my ways. Here we go. Now, even with the H640 on there, pull them apart, and you can see one way, the other way, and then that will go flat, and that can be sewn. I'm ever so sorry, I don't know why I thought I'd shown you this. But it was just SJ and Gemma were like, we've had loads of people emailing, when are you going to demo it? I think it's one of those things that I throw this one in quite a lot at Hochanda because it's quite a quick and easy one to do, because the timings on live TV can be really different. You never know, because it's not me in control and you've got another presenter, especially if I'm guesting, there's another presenter. You don't know how long they're going to chat about the fabrics. So you've always got to be ready to do, you know, throw in another quick demo if required. Okay, so you can see that that is happy standing up. Now it's got a nice box bottom. So now we are going to put one inside of the other. Which way round did I decide to do it? Basically want right sides together anyway. Which way did I do it in the instructions? Let's see if I can actually follow my own instructions. So I have got, I don't think it matters, just as long as you've got right sides together, You're all good. Oh no, here we go. Fabric and wadding on the right way through. There we are. Like so. Did we do it? Look at that. Oh yeah, look. That's going to be perfect. It's got it so the bear's sitting there and then you've got him right in the middle there. Right, okay, right sides together. We'll put him in there, like so. And again, clip or pin. Where is my pretty tin of clips? Oh. No. And again, sending your seams in different directions, just helping everything nest together. But I match, oh, hello HP. I do the seams first. You can do them open as well if you want, but I do match the seams first. You just can't stay away, can you? You just love it. Love a bit of TV, this cat. Loves the limelight, don't you? Hey? Is this what's been missing from your world? Always. Just have a little think about which way you put the clips on, by the way, or if you're pinning, which way you're pinning, so that you can just take them out quite easily. Dee 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 dee. And round it goes. When you get, by the way, if you've got the new clips, sometimes, because they're new, sometimes you just have to give them a little, and you'll hear just a little click, and that just sort of starts. It's just because they've never been used. Oh, Half Pint, don't come in here sneezing, please. Okay, so that is all clipped into position. We're just going to stitch around the top. Again, 1/4 of an inch if you're happy with that. If you want to go a little bit larger, it doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter at this point. What I would say is that if you've got that, take it off. It's going to be like doing a sleeve. That's the word I want. You know, I've just said, think about which way round to put your clips. I did think about which way round to put my clips and then put them the wrong way round. So, you know, do as I say, potentially not as I do. Yeah, that is something going on in that bobbin basket there. Okay. Does anybody do this with their car? My dad used to absolutely despair of me. He'd be like, your car has been making that noise for how long? I was like, yeah, what do we say how long? I just turn the volume up on the radio, then I can't hear. Right, I need to actually address this. How long has this been making a funny noise? I do need to actually address this now and find out why. When you sew as much as I now do, I hadn't ever realised. I used to really bury my head in the sand about, as I have just done with this, about noises with the machines, if they make a funny noise or whatever. And yeah, I need to adult a bit, don't I? Just going to turn it through. I'm really glad I left a nice big turning through gap. Now, let's talk stitching this up. You can hand stitch that shut, or what I tend to do is just press those seams and press them whatever, whether you, because if you are going to slip stitch them shut, then you want that folded seam. That's going to really help give you that guidance. But otherwise, I would just top stitch along there. Do it in a coordinating thread. I'm not going to do it now because I've got a white thread in and it will just, which was great for showing you everything else, but it's not going to be great for that. So I'm going to just tuck that in, but yeah, just top stitch about an eighth of an inch and you'll be fine. When this is it, now there are people here who have that, just roll the seam. I can't roll seams. I don't know why. Just not me. So have a little play with that seam and make sure that you've got the seam on the top. And all you're going to do is do a top stitch around, and you can do that as far in from the top as you want. If you want to press this before you do so that you know that that seam is lying exactly where you want it to, then do. I will top stitch it with that white thread because I think that's going to actually here give something quite nice. So again, I'm going to press that in. But again, only do that if you are confident that your stitching is going to be neat. If not, use a coordinating one. It means no one's going to see it. The thought of using a contrast thread when I first started was horrifying because I didn't sew straight. And half the time when I'm demoing, I don't sew straight because I'm too busy chatting. So the times left when I actually sew straight are few and far between. But I am pretty much loving this. Again, I tend to start on a seam so that I know where I'm going. I'm going to keep my foot on that edge so that I've got it as a guide. And round we go. Gosh, excuse that noise. I just don't know how to make that much noise and still stitch perfectly. I gave that a bit of a yank then. Don't do that. So you'd be like, what's going on? What I just did there is I got my needle stuck in there. I have, haven't I? Yeah, I've got it completely and utterly stuck. I've bent the needle. As I was coming round, I pulled it like that and just gave it a sharp tug at exactly the wrong time. That's got that needle blinking stuck in there. There we go. If in doubt, turn it off and on. An unfortunate timing. There we go. That's the one. Move that over, back to that 1/4 of an inch. And off we go. I'm a big believer in turning things off and on. It does help. No, that... Oh, it's snapped. That's why. That's not going to do anything, is it? Let's just change that needle, shall we? Oh, gosh. Whoever changed the needle last time. Ouch. Who's got strong hands? Get the tools out. That's why it's not playing. I've snapped the blinking needle. So, yeah. Note to self. Now, if I'm very careful, I can pull this out because I can see the end. Let me show you what I'm doing. Changing needles used to absolutely terrify me, but look, you can see. There the end of my needle is. Now, what happened was, it was just one of those freak timing things that I just happened to pull this round as the needle went down, and it just obviously pulled it and twisted it and undid it. So I have a sharps box that I keep for any time that I replace a needle, because I'm trying to be good and replace my needles regularly, or if I bend pins or anything like that. Trying to get rid of, at the moment, I use an old Tic Tac box, So trying to get rid of any sharps, well, you know, you can often take them to your doctors, can't you? Oh no! I've just dropped it on the floor. No! I'll get my magnet out later and have a go. If you've got one of those magnets, one of the whatchamacallit, magnety things, they're fab because not magnetic, they're the ones that are, yeah, you see, this is, I decided to buy in bulk because my plan was to have a new needle every project, and then I promptly forgot. So let's just pop that in there. In we go, in we go. Oh, I'm still attached underneath. This is where I really regret having that, there we are, having that contrast thread. Because this is not going to be the neatest that anyone has ever seen. Nothing like doing it on a live show. But hey, do you know what? Happily, it's happened right on a seam. What I will just do is have a little test and make sure that that is going to stitch happily. Beautiful, that'll do the job. Right, as we were, there we go. I'm just going to do a holding stitch because I'm starting again. I've done the holding stitch just before that last stitch where we came a cropper. And I'm not going to tug on this fabric anymore. I was sort of using, yeah, I shouldn't have done. Right, let's go again. Round we come. Nearly done. I'm never going to hide stuff from you, like, you know, like this. It happens, and it happens to everyone. I've seen it happen to everyone, and, you know, often you can just go, oh, let's just have a little change of camera angle and look at a fabric whilst that gets put right. Well, you can, but actually it's also how we learn. So I'm going to just snip those threads, snip those, any leftover loads ones in there. Go back to where we started over here. Actually, do you know what? That's not that bad. Yeah, that. And if we turn that around, and I get rid of the, there we go. That's pretty smart. Needs a little press. But we get to see him. We get to see these little chaps under there. Do you want to have a look at it from the front? Yeah. Oh, I love that. It's worth every sewing machine trauma going. Look at that. Beautiful. Whichever way round I want it, that is gorgeous. There it is. So this is used H640. I've used a starch spray, and between the two of them, that's the largest size. And that's standing up really happily on its own. The ones that don't stand up as well are the ones where I've used just a bit of leftover wadding. So what I would say, if you are using a bit of leftover wadding that you've got left over from a quilt or something, put some medium weight interfacing or something, or starch your fabrics so that they stand up gorgeously like so. I will change my thread and I will top stitch that turning through hole. But that's lovely. Now, if you wanted to, of course, what you could always do is add a little handle onto there. And then you could have it, you could do it in some beautiful Eastery type fabrics, which I've got coming up soon, and have it as a little Easter egg hunt bag. That would be a bit gorgeous too, wouldn't it? Hang on, if I stand to one side, because I realise my top is actually getting in the way there. There we are. I need to fold that down equally, don't I? There we go. But you can fiddle and have a play. But I love that. Got your little bear sitting there. Fabulous. Tomorrow we've got Jane with her woven heart quilt. Why can't you face that way? Just face that way. There you go. Show everyone your pretty face. We discussed this. Yeah, so we've got Jane tomorrow. She's going to be doing that beautiful woven heart cushion. And and what else? Maybe you needed the extra few minutes, Natasha. Listen to your body and rest a wee while. Do you know what I think I did this morning? Just some days you're tired, aren't you? Claire says she's fairly sure she had COVID this time last year. Coughing non-stop, lethargic. Yeah. Funny old times, isn't it? Sorry, very late is playing and walking in the snow, says Susie. That's all right, Susie. It's lovely to have your company. Although we've had a burst pipe and everything had to be moved out my sewing room, he didn't say a word moving things out. Just when he moved the boxes back in, muttered something about won't be needing to buy anything else for a bit then. What? Just thinking how gorgeous this would look as a quilt top. Absolutely. What else? Have to stay off the website. Already spent my budget for this month. It happens. So the Cafe and the Tilda subscription. The Tilda subscription is completely full. The Cafe, we've got a couple more spaces on there. January was paid. As soon as February is paid, we ship. So you'll have it by the end of the month. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. I think we're there. I wonder if there's a bit of broken needle in your bobbin box making it rattle. Do you know what? You might be right, because I did break a needle the other day and couldn't find the end. I'm going to have a rummage. I'm going to get all of that out and have a rummage. And if not, I'll send it back to Dukey and they can have a rummage. It's all good. See, I think this is partly why I never really worry, because I know it can just go and be serviced with them any time. It's that peace of mind, isn't it? And like I say, this works jolly hard, because it's not just me using it. Right, I'm going to have a go at that. You don't need to see me rummage around in there. Thank you so much for your company today. I hope you managed to get the rainbow fabrics and the Tilda fabrics and everything else. I am going to, tomorrow when Jane does her show, I'll show you the Half Meter Heavens for Thursday, so we can have a jolly look at those. And enjoy the rest of your day. Go and play in the snow or something, but wrap up. All right then, take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.